So here we are, potentially reaching the end of the first set here between Royer and Shapovalov, with Royer serving for the first set. Now his last service game, he was also serving for the set. He has had seamless serving throughout this first set, but he went a bit to pot in that last service game. The pressure just mounting a little bit, with obviously it's just gone to love 15 again. With obviously the prospect of winning this first set off of Shapovalov. Now Shapovalov is the favourite, was certainly the favourite entering into this match. Let's see if Royer can hold his composure and take this first set. If he can, we'll be backing Shapovalov with the drifting favourites approach in the second set. So if we look at the pricing, Shapovalov did start the match at around the 1.40 mark, with Royer around the sort of 3.5 mark. So Shapovalov was the clear favourite coming into this one. And of course, probability will be on our side if we are backing him in the second set. So a bit like the last service game, Royer is just chasing on the back foot again here. Not like his other service games. He was really seamless. He had a very high first serve percentage, which has dropped off now. Let's just have a look at what the stats are saying. Yeah, first serve percentage now has dropped down to 69%. For the last service game, that was at 91%, I believe. So he's really feeling the pressure. When he's the much lower ranked player at 98 versus Shapovalov at 29, and obviously a lot more inexperienced than Shapovalov. But it'd be nice to see him take this first set, and hopefully we'll get some decent trading in the second set. We're not going to get great pricing, but of course probability will be on our side. Okay, we've just gone to 1540. So it looks like we're probably going to go into a tie break here. So it's disappointing to see this from Royer. Say his other service games were really seamless. You can see just solid holds, 1, 2, 3, 4 service holds in a row, completely seamless trading, getting the majority, well, by far the majority of his first serves in, and winning a high percentage as well. So it's not over yet. Could well come back to this if he can bring him back to juice. I would prefer to be backing Shapovalov, although we won't get particularly great pricing. I'll prefer to back Shapovalov in the second set rather than backing Royer. I have a feeling okay, so we're going to a tie break now. With Royer being so close to taking this first set, it'll be interesting to see the psychological impact as well if he does go on to lose this. Let's wait and see what happens in this tie break. So Shapovalov to serve first in the tie break. Okay, so Shapovalov has just taken this first set. Feeling for Royer there. He did have 2 service games. All he had to do was hold to take this first set. He did buckle a bit under the pressure. Obviously a bit of inexperience and a few nerves there, maybe. Shapovalov obviously was the strong favourite. Now he's dropped down to the price of 1.23. He started at 1.4 or thereabouts. Royer started around the sort of 3.5 mark. So quite a drift there, obviously to be expected from the outsider. Now, of course, Royer has lost in a tie break. I do take tie breaks into account with my first set analysis, particularly when a player looks like they were very close to taking the first set and then losing a tie break. It can affect them psychologically. However, Royer really did have a very strong first set here. We'll just go through the stats. 72% first serve percentage, 2 aces, 2 double faults, 71% of first serves being won. bit higher on the unforced errors if you compare that to Shapovalov, who had 19 winners versus 10 unforced errors, versus 4 versus 10. But look, 50% of the first set's total points. So we'll enter into our trades. So 1 point back trade, 1 point lay trade. And we're going to work to lock in some profit on the service holds and obviously chase a break. Hopefully we'll see some more decent serving again from Royer. I say he was really good up until he was serving for the sets. You know, he had around about a 90% stat of first serves going in and a decent amount of these first service points being won. Until, of course, the pressure did mount a bit late on in that first set, and he just couldn't close out the first set. And obviously his stats did drop off, but we still had 50% of the total points won by Royer. He is looking strong at the moment. So Royer to serve first in the opening service game of this second set. We've got a 1 point back trade on him, 1 point lay trade, and we're looking for him to hold, to close off, just reduce the liability, lock in some profit and chase a break. Now, it would be nice to see him come back to his decent first service game. Good sign, he's won the first points. So in the first set, the first few games, he was absolutely seamless with his serving. Of course, we want to see a lot more of that in this second set. Be interested to see how much price movement we get. We've already got a nice bit of movement there. £39 in profit there. 1.22 to 1.25. That's what we want to see. You want to see the player taking the lead. Let's say those last 2 service games of the first set, he was just chasing on the back foot. And that's not what you want to see from a player that you're backing in the second set. So 30.15. The price is moving around a fair bit. Loads of liquidity, and I think we can get the service holds here. We should see a nice bit of price movement. The market obviously has got a lot of confidence in Shapovalov, but there's still a fair bit of confidence in Royer as well.
40-15.
So on these service holds with this staking, 1 point back, 1 point lay, you know, we want to be looking for around about 10% profit on the hold. To lock in, keeping some money in the market to obviously chase the break. Be nice to see a nice solid service hold here from Royer, just gone to 40-30. Be disappointing if we see him going to juice this early on.
40-30.
Of course, the price movement in the second set is going to be highly influenced by how easily Royer can hold, if he can. So if he goes to juice, so a nice bit of early price movement there. But of course, if he keeps going to second serve, and if he takes it to juice, we're going to see a smaller price movement. And he's gone to juice. A bit disappointing there from Royer.
Deals.
So even if he does hold out here, whether we'll see a 10% profit, I doubt it. Obviously the market likes to see nice solid service holds. It's advantage Royer. Now, just interestingly, We've got advantage Royer, so essentially he's only 1 point away from holding. If you remember, and it just went to 15 love, we went to the price of 1.25. So this is an indication of the change in confidence a little bit from the market. And it looks like he may have just held out there. No, not quite. Second serve. And back to deuce.
Yes.
Okay, so we've got another opportunity here for Royer to take this first set. Again, very mechanical pricing here, 1.23. It hasn't reached the 1.25, which of course it did at 15 love. It looks like we're back on second serve again, are we? Yeah. So you can tell very quickly by the pricing what's happening. It's disappointing that Royer keeps going to his second serve. Starting to lose a little bit of confidence in him. Okay, so we're back at deuce.
Yes.
So this is the third deuce. Now I'm going to keep the full stakes in the market here. If we had more money at stake, or we had built up profit, normally I would hedge out on the third deuce. If we go to a fourth, then I will reduce the stakes down a bit. I don't really want to take that loss at the moment. I mean, it's not really a loss in the whole scheme of things. It's just to do with obviously the level of the stakes. So he's got a third opportunity here to take this first set. We're back at the price of 1 point. So we got 1.23 before, we're now at 1.22. So the market sentiment is changing a little bit. He's losing a little bit of confidence in Royer just because he cannot just close out this first service game. And again he's going to second serve. He does seem to be buckling under the pressure. He buckled under the pressure in that first set. Okay, so he's held. Let's see what the pricing is. It's 1.23, yeah. I mean, I said we probably wouldn't reach 10%, so we're just a bit lower than 10%. We're about 7.5% profit there, so we'll just close off the lay side. And we'll just reduce it a bit on the back side. We've got it at 5.6, 5.2. It's not a great price movement. Had he obviously held more confidently, we would have seen a decent price movement there. So 1540. Shapovalov's price only gone to, here we go, 1.22. We're expecting about the 1.22 to re-enter. It was 1.22 and 5.6. We expect to re-enter around about that same sort of pricing, unless Royer really challenges him here. Of course, the market confidence is well in Shapovalov's favour. Nice to get a little bit higher. Let's wait and see if it drops into 1.21. I don't think it's going to, so we'll take 1.22 on the lay side. So let's try and get 5.7. We might be able to get that on the back side. We're not going to get the lay side, so let's go 1.22 on the lay side. So again, we're going to repeat the process. Obviously aiming for Royer to hold. and just lock in some profit, reduce the liability down, and again look to chase the break on Shapovalov's next service game. So we're back, we're at over 10% now, but of course we don't have the confidence that we did have in Royer, and neither does the market. So of course the profit is a bit lower. It looks like he's gone back to his second set now. There we go, so we've gone to deuce.
Deuce.
So I'm going to be a bit more cautious here. If he does keep going to deuce, then I will be hedging out. It is frustrating when you're backing a player and they just keep going to second serve, and also just, you know, playing their service games on the back foot. Nice to see him, second serve again. Nice to see him get advantage and just get this service game done and dusted. Okay, so advantage Royer. So we sat at 10%. 1.22. We got in. We got out the market last time at 1.24. We can expect this again, hopefully, if he holds here. But again, going to deuce again. If it does go back to deuce, I will just reduce the liability. Okay, so game there we go. There we go. So we're back at 10% profit. So I'm going to close out at 1.24 this lay side. What do we have there? 1.136. So 1.24. Very mechanical pricing in this one. And then we just got 1.25, just reducing the liability right down, but keeping a lot of green on Royer at 5.1. So last time we got it at 5.2. So we got it at 5.1 here. So the profit's looking nice, but it's got to be noted, there's not a huge amount of confidence in Royer here. Let's see if we get a sniff of a break. Let's just see how he performs here. I may well do reduced stakes on the next service game of Royer. Let's just go through the stats here. So set 2 stats, there we go. Look, first serve percentage, 40%, which is very much on the low side. Admittedly, I mean, there's not many first serves going in, but he's got a decent rate there at 75%. But look at Shapovalov, 100% of his first serves going in, being won, and 75%. So if we don't get a break here, I may just do reduced stakes and potentially look to exit. But let's see how well Shapovalov can hold. I'm going to anticipate that Royer does hold again. I'm not going to re-enter any more money into the market, and then I'm going to look to hedge out after Royer holds next, because Shapovalov does look unbreakable in this second set. He's really up the tempo from the first. Okay, so Royer's just got a point back there, but of course due to an unforced error. So again, not a great confidence boost from Royer. There we go, game. Not quite to love. Now we have just got a small little bit of profit there. I would like this to go up. I mean, we're not talking exciting profit here at all. I am going to hold in. I'd like to see it get back up to at least 100. But say it's not the second set that we were expecting from Royer. If he does look like he's getting into trouble, then I will exit. But I'll be looking to exit out of this trade.
Love
Okay,
15.
he's gone to love 15. Exit out of this trade when he holds. If it does go to love 30, I will exit. So again, it's been a very mitigated second set of trading. We were backing the outsider. Of course, you've always got to be much more cautious when you're backing the outsider. Okay, so he's gone love 30. We'll get out as quickly as possible. We're not going to get out with that loss. It hasn't shifted yet. Oh, we have. So we've actually got very lucky there. You know, almost at evens we've got out there. So that's why you've got to be quick in this game. So we got out with just a £13 loss. Now, I'm not too worried about what happens here. I was looking to exit anyway when Royer held, anticipating that he was going to hold. But he has been disappointing in this second set. This is why, you know, when you are seeing these signs from the player that you're backing, it's just no point in gambling. In, you know, it's all about trading. It's not gambling. You want to have full confidence in your player. The market's lost confidence in him. Just a different player from that first set, from getting all those hitting the first serves in, to really just playing on the back foot, keeping on going to deuce. So you've always got to be much more cautious backing a underdog. So I'm not too worried what happens here. I mean, it's, you know, it's 50-50 really. We're out in the market safely, pretty much at evens. And Royer may well come back here. If he does come back and we remained in the market, then I was looking to exit probably at around the 1 point. It's probably going to be about the 1.22 mark. So it would have been for about 80 or 90 quid, but with 250 stakes, you know, that's by the by. We got out perfectly comfortably there, with loss pretty much at even. So it's 1.19. So Roy is coming back from here, but again, you know, a player keeping on going to juice, playing on the back foot. That's not the sort of player that you want to be trading. Now, if you would like to begin your journey into tennis trading, you can of course do at protennistrader.teachable.com, where I offer the full package to get you up and running as a professional tennis trader. You can start off with my free video course, a free introduction into tennis trading. If you would like to join the complete one, that provides absolutely everything you need and also includes a month of platinum traders. Now, I am also a Forex trader, and I offer the one Forex strategy on my website. And of course, please do follow me on YouTube, Pro Tennis Trader, where you can find loads of trading videos, in-play analysis, trading psychology, and a lot more. Until the next time, good luck with your trading, and I'll speak to you soon.